A freilichen Erev Purim, while the eyes of Klal Yisrael are on the Am HaYeshuv B'Tzion, on the Yidden in Eretz Yisrael, and during these days we're seeing the Mapala of the Tzeder HaYehudim by Yom Mahim Bizman Hazeh. It's a time to remind ourselves of a couple of truths. We are a nation that our koyach is HaKoil Koy Yankiv, our koyach is Bepeh, with Tefillah. Tainus Esther is a day which is mesugel for davening to the Eibishter. In Sfarim it is brought particularly a particular kapitel Tilim, which is always said in a time when we need to daven for Hashem's Rachmanim, but particularly Tainus Esther and Purim Tilim kapitel Chav Beis. So it's a good time to inspire ourselves to say extra Tilim, particularly chapter 22 Chav Beis and Tilim, to increase our bitachon. Ultimately, it is our bitachon, our bittul, that brings about the nisma of the Eibishter. Anovim higia zman gu'olaschem. Anovim, we are crowned with the title Anovim, those who are humble. Our humility, knowing that it's not our koich, it's all Hashem's koich. Hashem is showing us these nisim because He loves Klal Yisrael. And it's the famous Yalkut Shemoni, which is so pertinent these days, at the time when Mashiach comes, Melech Paras. Paras is a reference to an entire area. It includes also Iraq, the Rebbe mentioned, but specifically refers to Persia and Iran. And Melech Paras is creating fights and threatening the Jewish people. Yisrael, Misrashin, and Muzbalim. And Jewish people are worried, and Hashem says, you don't have to worry. Banai, my children, Hashem loves us as children. Altis, Yaru, do not fear. Kol masha, asisi lo, asisi ela b'shvilchem. Everything I'm doing is for your sake. Higias mangu olaschem. This is a sign that Mashiach is on the rooftop of the Beis Hamikdash and announcing that a time of Geula has already arrived. Higia, it arrived. Higia, you can touch it. We're standing in a time of Geula, in a time of redemption. Over the years, Purim and the Tkufa of Purim has always been a time where the Tzeder HaYehudim, the enemy of the Jewish people, has had their downfall. The Rebbe in the Farbrengen of Purim, Tafshin Yud Gimel, 1953, spoke about the downfall of the enemy at that time. The Rebbe alluded to the downfall of Stalin, and the Rebbe asked people to announce Hurrah, and he started saying a maimer, how Haman or Russia. It was another maimer during the same Farbrengen, how Haman Harasha wanted to climb up high to the Shar Hanun, and Dafka from there was his downfall. Many years later, right before Purim, Tafshin Nun Aleph, when Saddam Hussein was threatening against the Jewish people, the Rebbe had this maimer published again, wrote on the date of on the Pesach Dover, the opening of the maimer, the date Yud Aleph Adar, the 11th of Adar, which is when we saw the downfall of the Haman of our days. And he, in the introduction to the maimer, discusses the history of the maimer, that was relevant in those days, and indeed the war at the time in Tafshin Nun Aleph in 1991 finished on Purim, and it was this maimer that was distributed then. And it would probably be a good idea to learn again that maimer, and with the koyach of Torah to see the total mapala. We need to become conscious and aware that we are standing in a time of Geula. It has been predicted long ago that we are in Ikvas of the Mashiach in the very, very last days of Golus and on the threshold of Geula. We're seeing things today that of biblical proportions that we've never seen before. We're seeing astonishing nisim, things that defy logic. We're seeing malchus, mizgaros, zu bezu, kingdoms are fighting with one another. We're seeing the downfall of regimes just like that, with things that in the past would have taken months and years. Now it's happening like that. And all of this, as mentioned as Ela B'Shvilchem, is only for us, for the Jewish people. Our consciousness of Geula, of redemption, and seeing all over the Geula is supposed to permeate us in such a way that we start acting ready for Geula. The Eibishter is showing us signs from heaven. He's opening the gates of heaven. Purim is a time when Kol HaPoshet Yad Noisnim Lo. Anybody stretches out the hand, he is given. And as Sfarim tell us, this is not only a reference to the poor, that we don't have to check whether they have money or don't have money, but anybody who stretches out their hand to ask Him, Hashem gives us. It's a time to ask for everything. It's a time of Geula. It's a time when all the gateways are open. The Sharei Shamayim are fully open for us, and Hashem is showing His Chavivus, His his love to Klal Yisrael during these moments. It's important to do the derech hateva, to take all precautions by derech hateva, but ultimately our success has always been, is always, and will always be through the channels that are above teva, as we see it by Yom Haim Bizman Hazeh. Let us internalize this very, very important message, this message of Geula. Let us spread the message to ourselves and to others. When a nes happens, Chazal tell us that Hashem made a nes, that Yitzchak should look similar to Avram, because the Umas HaOlam, the non-Jews at the time, were saying, Ma'avi Melech nis Abra Sarah. That maybe Sarah became, the fact that Sarah was able to give birth to a child, this didn't happen from Avram, this happened from Avimelech. Frek de Welt HaShaila, people ask a question, who cares? It's a miracle after all. What do you care from Avimelech or from Avram? Who cares how it happened? Sarah was not able to have children. All of a sudden, at this age, Achrei Beloisi, Hoiseli Edna, she's having children. But what are they proving with that? The answer is because, they don't care if there's a nest, but it's not a nest that relates to Avram. It's not a nest that makes us, changes us, and allows us to see the message of Avram, Reish Lo Aminim. Of course, the Eibusha does us nisim, but these nisim are nes. Nes means something that's high up. That's a translation of the word nes. Orem nisi al haharim. A nes supposed to lift us up that we're in a different state completely. We're seeing the nisim, the hachana legeula, kimeitzeischa me'eretz Mitzrayim and neflois, and that gives us the liberative powers to redeem and liberate ourselves. Boyu nischazik v'nischaska al tira mi pachat pisem, the three psukim that Mordechai Yehudi heard from the three children, al tira mi pachat pisem im ishayis rishoyim kisavi, you have nothing to be scared. Utzu Eitze V'Sufa, the Goyim can make whatever ideas they want. Nothing will happen with all their ideas will be annulled. V'lo yokim ki yimanu keil v'adzikna nihu ani yisisi v'ani esbe v'amalet ach tzadikim v'edel shmecha. We will all sit in the Beis HaMikdash and we will celebrate the Yontiv, the one and only Yontiv which will remain even in the time of Mashiach. Yimei HaPurim Einim B'Telim B'Zichram LeYosef Mizaram. It is the last few moments before Mashiach. Make ourselves ready. Let's make others ready, and we'll celebrate with Mashiach together. Afreilchem Purim.